I identify as a atheist and asexual student with Hispanic descent.
I now work at Equipo. I'm a former alumni. I'm Christian. I play guitar.
I'm a student at UNLV, currently in my senior year, studying hospitality, specifically hotel management. At Equipo, I work with the SPED department, helping our students with IEPs, helping them to succeed in the future and pass all their classes and get good grades.
I'm a Hispanic, part of the LGBTQ community, and an atheist and a twin.
I am a first generation college student. I am formerly undocumented. I got papers now.
I am Black, Mexican, Irish, and Indian.
I identify as a first generation immigrant from Mexico. I was actually born in Mexico and came here when I was just a baby. But I think that's part of my identity that I identify with most, is being Mexican and being an immigrant.
My name is Jessica Castañeda. I'm a senior at Equipo Academy and I identify as Mexican American. And I am most proud of what my people have overcame.
I identify as a Mexican American. I am most proud of being my friend's first daughter who's going to go to college.
I identify as a proud Latinx woman who is very proud of their culture.
I'm from the Latinx community and I'm a first generation college student.
I am a first generation college student. I am a female. I am Italian. I'm vegan, and and I identify as a proud Las Vegan.
I'm Mrs. Davis. I'm a 7th grade history teacher and a proud Jewish American woman.
I am Black and Caribbean American, super proud of it, and I love to hear about other people as well.
I'm bilingual and Hispanic.
Both of my parents are immigrants and they come from Mexico.
I'm Giselle, and both my parents are Black.
I'm part white, part Mexican.
I'm part Black, part Mexican.
And I'm Hispanic.
The identities that I would say I identify as is Filipino American. I am also a woman, so I go by she, her.
My parents are Mexican and I was born in Las Vegas.
I'm Mexican American. My mom is from Guanajuato and my dad's from Chihuahua.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Redding Young. I am the director of DEI here at Equipo. And essentially what that means is that it's my responsibility to make sure everyone feels safe and heard and included on campus. My identity, I am from Georgia. So I'm a Black woman who was raised in the South. That has shaped my identity. I did face a lot of discrimination because I was Black in the South. I am also a mother and a wife. I am educated, I have a few degrees, and I think those put me in positions of both privilege and marginalization. What I mean is because of some of my identity markers, I am treated as special. And in other circumstances, because of other identity markers, I have faced discrimination and oppression.
I am Filipino American. My parents are from the Philippines and I was born here in Las Vegas.
We're both Mexican.
Yeah, but
we're both raised here.
Mm-hmm. I'm half Panamanian, but I've never been there, so really I don't really say it because people ask me and they're like, "Oh, like what is it like?" And I'm just like, I don't know.
I'm the most proud of being asexual because there's not many people part of that community, and we're often being misunderstood. But even so, we take our time to explain what it means and how does it affect us in our relationships.
I'm mostly proud of being part of the LGBTQ plus community and a Hispanic, for the fact that my father, as a Hispanic, it took him some time, and my mother to get used to the fact that I was lesbian. And as Hispanic people, it's not a common occurrence to tell. It's like daughters to tell their family that they like other girls or like the same gender, because it's not viewed as something correct or right in their religion.
I'm most proud of being a first generation college student because that means I'm the first person in my family to go to college, and that makes my parents proud, that makes my whole family proud, and that makes me proud.
I think those experiences, those identities really shape who I am today as an educator, and I think diversity is important because you get a variety of knowledges, right, that our students can be exposed to, and they can be more successful when they graduate.
For the most proud of that I am of myself in my identity is that I'm a proud Latinx woman who is in a male-dominated profession. You normally see a lot of deans of students or principals in other schools that identify as male. And I'm just very proud to go ahead and, beat the odds and just end those gaps there where, a woman can go ahead and do those roles and do it well.
I think I'm most proud of being a first-generation college student. For me, that was a really big accomplishment in my family, and I think directly influenced the job that I choose to take on today. And being able to be in a position where I can influence other people to be able to become their own first-generation college students in their family and kind of create that generational change is really important to me.
So my mom, she's Southern, she's African American, and my dad, born and raised in the Bahamas. So a blending of cultures there, Afro culture that we're super engaged in and love to just embrace ourselves and different cultures that we get from West Africa.
I would say that I am more Filipino American than just Filipino because of the way I was raised. I was born here in America, and the way I was raised was more of American culture with a mix of Filipino culture. Our main household was both Tagalog, which is our main language in the Philippines, but also English. So for me, I would say that I'm more Filipino American than Filipino.
I think it's important to have conversation about equity, diversity, and prejudice because everywhere around the world, people are being judged and restricted just because of existing or who they identify with or part with a community that's very small or very big. And even directly or indirectly, it influences everyone's opinion and it kind of just restricts others having good opportunities or living a best life because simply someone doesn't understand or doesn't like who they are.
I think it's super important for us to have these conversations on campus because we are a very diverse school. We have people from different countries, people who speak different languages, people who live in different neighborhoods, people who have different gender expressions, and we all come together as one to be a team here at Equipo. And it's super important that we know about each other and we know what the other person faces on a daily basis.
I think that there is so much out there in the world and we don't learn about it unless we talk to people who aren't like us at all.
So when I went to college, my first year, there's a lot of people who don't look like me. So I was forced to meet new people, find out what they're into, which then opened my mind to other cultures. For example, I met some Hawaiian people, they introduced me to poke, met some African people, introduced me to fufu, and then a lot of different cultures make you understand other people and what they do in their day-to-day lives.
So we created a girls empowerment club group for girls and anybody that identifies as female. We made this because we actually joined a club that Miss Rosa had maybe 4 years ago when we were 7th graders. And recently we started hearing the boys were making the girls feel bad and a lot of the girls need guidance, especially the younger ones. So we took it upon ourselves as seniors that we were gonna help girls thrive, and I'm really excited. It's every Thursday.
I think it's very important to have a diverse campus at Equipo because the diversity helps our students learn about themselves as well as others. I feel like it would be difficult to truly learn about yourself without experiencing others' situations and other people's backgrounds. So with that comes along with understanding who you are as a person and helping you find out who you want to be in the future.
a lot of people sometimes would think that like it's not their responsibility because it doesn't involve them. But I think it's important to know that some people can't stand up for themselves, or some people, if they see you not stand up, they also will not stand up. And so it never breaks the cycle of an injustice continuing to happen, right? At some point, one person or all of us have to stand up to make a change. And if we don't, then we can't expect for an outcome to be different.
When we have conversations about inequity and oppression, it calls us out as people who might experience privilege in areas to be an ally and not a bystander. The difference between an ally and a bystander is that an ally is someone who says, you know what, I'm going to make a stand here. I'm going to say that's not right. I'm going to make a change. Whereas a bystander notices that something is wrong and makes the choice not to do anything about it. When we see people face oppression, people who are like us or people who are different than us, and we don't stand up for them, we are complicit in that oppression. Essentially, you're saying it is okay to treat that person that way because I'm not going to tell you it's not, all right? And when you use your voice to stand up for people who are experiencing some type of discrimination, you are amplifying their experience while also showing the world that that is not okay and that cannot exist. And I hope that as we continue in these talks across campus, that we're all taking the challenge to stand up as allies. It is not enough to think that an action is wrong, not enough to believe that people should be treated the same if you're not making a choice to stand up for those people.
My name is Alberto, and I'm Equipo Academy.
My name is Anne Valen, and I am Equipo Academy.
My name is Jimena Mejia, and I am Equipo Academy.
My name is Alexandra Curiel, and I am Equipo Academy.
My name is Mrs. Redding Young, and I am Equipo Academy.